What's shaking, guys? I am Luke Dancy, and you guys are back again for another video, posting those questions all over the place over on the forums and over on the Facebook groups. I've been keeping an eye once again, and I've got another topic for us to talk about this week, so I hope you're ready. Kick back, relax, and let's do this. Today's topic is a good one. It is all about things that magicians forget to do. That's right. I know you've probably forgotten about a few of these. Don't worry about it. This is going to be your reminder. We're going to kick things off. Going to get brutal, going to get real. Number one thing magicians forget about is to leave the ego at the door. There is no room for ego, but for some reason, magicians are known for it. Whether it's for performing for real people, or magicians at magic conventions. For some reason, this chip is on their shoulder, and I've seen it for years and years and years, and it's something that sometimes I think people don't even realize that they're doing. So ask yourself a very honest question. Do you find yourself having any type of ego, either around other magicians or just when you're out performing? I've seen this so many times, and I think so many people, they don't even realize that they're doing it. You know, let's take this back a step. When I used to go to magic shops, the touristy ones, and you know the ones I'm talking about, the ones in very popular cities, I had something that I called the Scotch and Soda scam. This is what I did to show those guys that I meant business and to show them who got the last laugh. So for some reason, I noticed a lot of the guys working behind the counters of these touristy magic shops had the biggest egos in the world. Their heads were so big, they would treat customers like crap. Oh, look at me, I'm this guy, I can do all these things you can't do. So this is what I did. There's a trick called Scotch and Soda. It's a classic. The good thing about it is that, well, every presentation is basically the same. The effect, if you've never seen it, 2 coins go in your hand. You got a $50 and a Mexican coin, a centavo. You see both coins in your hand. You put your hands behind your back. You take 1 coin in one hand. You have the other coin in the other hand. And then they have you bring out the bigger coin, the $50. You show it, and then the other coin changes. So what I used to do was Scotch and Soda scam. I'd have an extra $50 in my back pocket, the real one. So when I'd put my hands behind my back, I'd switch out the gimmick for the real coin, because it's the first coin they want you to bring out, and I'd hand them the real $50. The gimmick goes in my back pocket. Hand them that. They have me bring out my other hand, show that the other coin has vanished or changed into the quarter now. I freak out, react, I start looking around, and I run out of the room, tell my friends I got to see this, and I just never come back. The best part about this is that the gimmick, the thing that resets it and makes it work, it's called a bang ring. It basically goes around the $50 and it resets the gimmick for you. I don't want to expose it. And the best part is when they take the real $50 and they try to bang out the gimmick, it doesn't happen. It is great. Again, this isn't something I recommend, but I want to start to give you pieces of me on these videos. Do not do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not going to say it again. Just don't do it. All right. But for those guys that deserved it, I felt pretty good about it. The next thing I think that magicians forget to do is to help each other. It seems so obvious, doesn't it? It seems so simple, but how many people have forgotten about that? You know, we're all in this together. We're all a brotherhood. There's literally an international brotherhood of magicians. There's a society of American magicians. There's societies all over the world for magicians. We just don't help support each other. Instead, we tend to be pushing each other down, criticizing each other, even to the point where we make fun of each other. I get that from time to time, but really, what are we doing as a community? I think the 3 things to keep in mind when it comes to other magicians, there's a lot of good we can do for each other. We could help each other. You know, we could help out when we can. We could support each other where our friends have new tricks, or maybe they're working on some new stuff. Let's support them, make them feel good. And number 3, let's try to inspire each other to be better at what we do. Everybody wins. Our spectators win, we win, and the world of magic wins because we're all doing better magic. You know, even with crediting, use the forums, use the support that's there. There are a lot of people that want to help, but I think a lot of magicians, they get so wrapped up in their own world, their own bubble, that they forget that there's other people that they can connect with and help out as well. Look, none of us can do this stuff by ourselves. And the last thing here that I think magicians tend to forget, and I think it's probably the most important thing, is why they got into this stuff in the first place. You know, we get into this, we get into magic, we start to learn stuff, we go perform, and then we're just on our way. But we all have a different story here, right? That got us interested or excited about doing magic. Could have been magic on TV, very common thing. Could have been you getting a magic kit for Christmas or a gift, or seeing a live performance of a magician. The only thing that matters is that we're all here now. You're watching this video because you're a magician or you're interested in magic. So remember that when you're performing magic, you might be passing that to someone. This could be the next person that will be the next famous person on TV, the next person that might be the next great creator of magic. So, all right, my friends, those are a few things that people have asked me about. They said, Luke, tell me, what kind of things do you think magicians have forgotten over the years? You know, I've grown up around this stuff. I've been around it for 30 years now. I came from a very small town in North Carolina. I moved out to Las Vegas to work with Chris Angel. I did magic consulting. I've done TV stuff. I've done performing and creating. done all these different areas, and I've seen a lot, and I've learned a lot, and that's what I'm trying to pass along to you on these videos. I gotta be honest to you young guys out there, I wish this type of stuff was out there. Social media did not exist when I was growing up. The internet was still in its infancy. Posting videos online was a very hard thing to do. Like logistically, it was really hard to do. And so you guys have it made. I promise you, you have it made. Take advantage of the communication that's out there, the resources that are out there. And magicians, again, should try to be helping each other. This is the easiest time ever to be doing just that. All right, my friends, I gave you some things to remember, and now I want to give you some people to remember along the way too. The magicians that are out there now, we got a lot of great guys. There's even some living legends still around. And I also want to give some shout outs, and I want to give you some reminders on some of the guys that have come before that should not be forgotten. A few months back, unfortunately, we lost the legend that is Daryl. Daryl will be remembered forever for the ambitious card, among other things, right? And his laugh. His laugh was contagious. And I did a live tribute for him a few months ago, and I gotta be honest, it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. But the response was amazing, and it wasn't about that, but it was what people said. They kept saying, Luke, you should do this for magicians that are still here, to give them attention and the respect that they deserve. So that's part of this process, but I do want to bring Daryl in first on this series of reminders of the greats. Daryl was known for a routine that he wouldn't FISM with that I'm sure that you have done. And if you've done this routine, post it in the comments section. Tell me that you've done the routine, and I'd love to know how you end it. I'm talking about the ambitious card. You've done it, right? Daryl has a complete DVD, it's now as a download, on the ambitious card. This is the entire routine that he won FISM with. Again, this is not a sexy new release. There's no great trailer. There's no nothing like that. But the information inside is sexy as hell, and it will take you far. So again, Daryl is someone that I think that as a magician, we should remember, pay tribute to. And I'm going to start to do that for a lot of the people that are still around too, because I think that with the internet and the focus more and more on what's new and what's fresh, I'm going to try to bring back some of the old every now and then too. People like Michael Lamar that I've had a pleasure to work with, people like Juan Tamariz and people like that. So get ready for more and more information. If you got more questions, post those below. I'm listening. I've got a list of things to talk about already, but you never know. Again, your question might go to the top of my list, and it might be on the next video. My name is Luke Dancy. I've given you all I got with this video. We'll be back again soon. Don't forget to post those comments and feedback below. I am listening, and all the other magicians out there, they're listening too. Building a community together. That's what this is all about. All right, my friends, so get out there and practice. Practice your butt off, perform, and then practice some more. You got to get good, and it's not going to happen by itself. That's it for me, but if you're looking for even more magic stuff, don't forget to check out this video right here where I talk all about some things that magicians should avoid. That's right. If you want to find out some things you should stop doing, watch that video. Get it? Got it? Good.